Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Man, what a game with Kansas and Arkansas. That was a really good football game. Arkansas is clearly a team that's better than what the record says. And a couple of those games they should have won, like with Texas A&M. But it is what it is. Clearly, they're a program that's headed in the right direction. But this ain't about Arkansas. This is about Kansas. Talk about Kansas. Wow. 2 years ago, they wouldn't have made it to a bowl. They couldn't even win a game in their own conference. Last year, they won only 2 games, but they did beat Texas. That's why this jersey is relevant. They went to Texas and beat them, and from that point on, you can kind of tell Kansas was for real about being a better football team, being a really good program one day. This past year, 6-6. They started off 5-0. They lost Jalen Daniels, their quarterback. And clearly on the last play, you can see why Jalen is the guy. Nothing against Mr. Bean, but it is what it is. But this performance that they had with Arkansas, it says a lot about their not just their football team, but their program in general. It means that Kansas is clearly not only headed in the right direction, not only about to be a winning program. I think they're going to have a winning season next year. They're going to be a threat to anybody in the Big 12. Look, Jalen Daniels didn't even play the whole year. That means they could have won another game or two, you know? So I really expect bigger things out of Kansas. I don't think they'll be a 10 or 11 win team next year, but 7 or 8 games at least, they'll have a winning season. They'll be more competitive in games that they do lose. So they're clearly a good football team. Clearly a team that's taken some massive steps compared to where they were 2 years ago, let alone last year just winning 2 games. But they have nothing to hang their heads over, man. As a football team, that's crazy. 50-something points. You're down 25 in the late third, early fourth quarter. Or was it 18? One of those two. But either way, it's multiple scores. You're basically done, right? And you come back to have a chance to win the game. Take it to overtime. You recovered an onside kick. You tied the game. Goes to overtime. Goes to 3 overtimes, really, and you lose. But not a bad loss. Again, Arkansas is better than what the record says. Arkansas is one of the better teams in the country, in my opinion. They're clearly a top 25 team. Good enough to be in the top 25 had they won a few more games. Kansas, they're not there yet, but they are headed in the right direction. And next year, I wouldn't be surprised to see them finish in the top 25, maybe top 20 somewhere. So, Kansas, again, much respect coming from a Texas fan. You guys are headed in the right direction. You guys are a respectable team. You guys don't suck anymore because you used to. Now you don't. You know, so keep your heads up, man. Great game. Looking forward to predicting some games next year for you guys and predict what you guys will look like next year as a team. And much respect to the Big 12. Good job, guys. Keep your heads up. But remember, Arkansas on paper is a more talented team than you, and they should have been able to beat you worse than that, but they didn't. You know why? Because you guys showed up to play every game this year. You guys showed up with some heart, with all heart. You guys made plays. You guys have looked more disciplined. You play hard. I don't think Kansas had many penalties. Arkansas had quite a few penalties, not Kansas. But maybe they did in the fourth quarter, but still. Overall, clearly a team that's moving up, and they're doing a really good job. Very proud of Kansas and the Big 12 for that.